Welcome to the Sales Acceleration Show. Today we're going to talk about sales in hospitality. Hospitality means bars, cafes, which is the same thing, hotels, and all of that branch. So I've invited a special guest called Nick, and he's going to explain in detail how he's solving that with his software and what are the tips and tricks in order to grow your business. So Nick, before we go there, maybe you want to share and explain what you do.
Yep, thanks Michael. Well, our idea started when we were still working in hospitality. We just saw that there was a lot of administration. You have a lot of flexible people working for you, but there is a lot of administration to make sure that you can pay them properly at the end of the month. We saw an opportunity there and we created a software that mainly focuses...
It's a SaaS
software indeed. We created a SaaS software that focuses on optimizing the planning and the payroll of the people that works in hospitality.
So in essence you're saying, I'm going to take away the administration pain so they can do their job and what they're good at. So if I think about that business, which is I mean, we all know and we see a lot of these, so what would be your advice from a sales point of view if you want to grow that?
Well, if you want to grow or if you want to start
because it is a high-risk business. I know banks have big issues giving loans because there were so many going broke.
Yeah, it's not the same 10 years ago.
No.
People could just open up a restaurant.
Too much money to it.
And it will work. No, but it is a highly competitive business. There are a lot of hospitality businesses in Belgium and even in Europe, obviously. So my advice would be that when you want to start a hospitality business, create a plan. Think properly in advance of what you want to do. Is your goal to have one big restaurant, for instance? Do you want to open two? Do you want to open a franchise? What is your goal? Where do you want to grow? How do you want to grow? That would be my main thing. And of course, when you open and create a big event around opening, getting people in the first day has to be a main thing.
So let me ask you immediately a question. When I do, for instance, like sales sprints and all of that, I tend to say, focus on quantity, iterate, get the quality later. But you kind of already said to me, don't go there, Michael.
In hospitality, it's the other way.
Because I would say I would shove them in and just, no.
Right, no, so in hospitality, quality always comes first. Right, so when you open a new business and there are a lot of people coming in, but your food is not okay, your service is not okay, people will remember that. And they will not advise it to other people.
And they will talk about it.
They will talk about it.
Away.
And you have things like TripAdvisor, all of those things. I mean, bad reviews is just a big no-go for hospitality. But let's say the other way around. I mean, getting people in the first day is okay. That's not going to be your problem. Just do an opening event around that. After that, you need to continuously work on marketing. Right? So that means post something on social media.
Would you hire somebody to do that?
Well,
have you seen the effect? Because you've done, how many businesses have you?
We have now over 300 customers.
So you have kind of good feeling. Would you hire somebody?
We do small to big franchises. And obviously in the beginning, ideally you should hire somebody that also can work, do something else in their business, but that just have that native
social
sketch,
feeling.
Right, that something is happening, we need to post this. You know, find somebody like that. When you grow later on, you will create also a management team around your business, and then you can have somebody that focuses on that as well.
So where do I post? What would be the main driver? Because I mean, I talk a lot about LinkedIn and B2B. I can imagine if you have a franchise within, you know, like events for companies, I get it. But for the rest, I would say LinkedIn is a no-go.
No. We do see some things popping up on LinkedIn, but even not in the right way. And I don't think that is where you want to post at this point. It should still be Facebook, and we see a lot of things happening on Instagram. I mean, food is hot.
Food porn, it's made for that.
Right, so a very nice plate is something that you can very easily post on Instagram and which will get likes, definitely.
Stuff like Pinterest, is that popping up here? I mean, we're in Belgium now, I see that in some places like getting really big.
I see that less, or at least I see less of an added value there in order to get people into your business.
So, if I can jump to your company, because I do love SaaS companies. They are very special compared to all the other companies. So how did you do it? So you spent a lot of time working after hours, then you launched the company. You bootstrapped it, or you got investment?
No. So there are basically two ways of doing it, right? So we bootstrap. Bootstrapping for me means that when you have a validated idea, always a quick hint, when you have an idea, make some sketches, talk to enough people to validate your idea. You don't just go into creating a tool.
Typical engineering, huh?
Right.
In my little box, make something, not even checking.
I think it's a good idea, but then in the end,
I agree.
So we had a validated idea and we started programming. That really meant for us 3 to 5 years before we started work, after work, in the weekend, every day we would be programming. Yeah. We have the opportunity, the advantage that both our founders are IT guys. Yeah. So we created it ourselves. And we launched only when we really had the idea that we had more than enough added value and that our business, our tool would also be selling itself.
And you as a founder, you did all the first sales. Yeah. So when did you hire a first sales guy? Well, or girl? It's a guy in this case.
It was an inside sales and it was indeed a person, in this case a girl. But I mean, as a founder, you just know. I mean, if you're doubting that you need to hire somebody, I think it's not the right time. Okay. You start selling, leads come in, and at some point you feel the water going from here, because it's always here, to here. And after that, you just know, now I need to bring somebody in. And if you do that well for a first time, you will very quickly be able to move on to a second and a third guy, I think. Yeah. Of course, you need to have a good product, but that's I mean the basis of SaaS.
That's the basis. Yeah, we shouldn't go there. Okay. So and then now you've hired now first salesperson. Yeah. Going outside.
Yeah, outside sales indeed.
Optimizing the demos.
Yeah, indeed. Also have an ad open for a second sales guy because we see that it's even that guys is.
You never did hire two at one go.
No, we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
That's a classic.
Yeah, it's a struggle for us. We are not located in the city, and then it's a bit harder to very quickly hire people. And we want to make sure that we have good people.
And since you're bootstrapped, I mean, you have to be careful what you're hiring.
Yeah. In 1 year, we now hired 7 people, and we are still working on own money. Right. Yeah. So we do not have any investors yet, which is good because we can still do our own thing, but which is really hard because every month you need to sell. By the way,
it's the right way. It's the right way. Huh?
Yeah. By the way, big hint for all of you SaaS people that are joining. The reason why we can grow the way we do is because people always have to pay upfront.
1 year.
1 year license or multiple years, but usually 1 year. We do not do monthly payments. Yeah. And that just means when you sell enough, and when you keep on selling, then you can pay your people.
You have the incremental value of coming up. Perfect. I think we should stop here because that's a really good statement. If you like what you've seen, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for a lot more. Nick, I want to thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you in 2 years again in the show talking about how do you really scale the whole thing abroad international.
Thanks, Michael. Cheers.
Thanks.